from the outside, it looks like you have everything figured out, but deep inside you, there's a conviction that you really don't. You are not alone. I'm Karen Andrews. I'm a licensed psychologist and performance coach from South Africa. In this video, I want to explore the real roots of that disconnection and misalignment. I want to talk about what causes it, why it starts, and most importantly, how to heal. Maybe you're seen as the reliable one, the one who's got it all together, the one who gets things done, the one who always delivers. But deep inside, you don't feel that way. You feel like you're on edge, like you're constantly trying to prove something, maybe even like you're waiting to be exposed. You might overthink the small things and the big things. You probably struggle to relax, feel guilty when you rest. Hide how hard it actually feels, and think things like, if people knew who I really am, they wouldn't like me. And even though you've achieved so much, there will be this feeling that it's never enough, it's never good enough. This isn't burnout. This is what happens when your outer success grows faster than your inner safety. And it's super common. In fact, studies show that 70% of high-performing professionals and entrepreneurs will experience imposter syndrome and the like at some point in their careers. That means that the majority of people who look like they have it all together feel exactly like this. So let's take a look at why this happens. The thing is, your identity starts to form in early childhood and it continues to form and shape until it's pretty well established in your early 20s. But no one gets through childhood unscathed. Everyone has wounds. It might be that you were exposed to criticism, emotional neglect, bullying, social comparison, or some kind of emotional difficult environment. And those early experiences cause your brain, which is still developing, to try to make sense of this pain with childish explanations, because children don't think the situation is unfair. They think, I am a problem. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm unlovable. And those beliefs become your emotional operating system. They get buried in your, like deep into your subconscious. You kind of push them down. But the thing is, they shape your adult behavior and the way you navigate through this world. So if you are criticized a lot, you might become a perfectionist. You might overachieve in order to feel worthy, but you never feel worthy. You might people please to avoid conflict. You might control everything so you don't have to feel powerless. One of my clients, let's call her Sarah, had a successful business, 2 beautiful children, and a team that looked up to her. But she felt like she was faking everything, especially being confident. She said, it's like I'm wearing someone else's skin. She grew up in a hypercritical family, and her success was her armor, but it's exhausting to keep it up. Because even though I know, and you probably also logically know, that you can't really present confidence that you don't actually have, you feel like it's a mask. You build a face to show to the world. I like to call it the game face, to cover up your feelings of self-doubt and insecurity. And in that way, the game face is helpful. But the problem is that you yourself don't believe it, and you lose touch with your real self. It's like a kind of internal misalignment between how you feel on the inside and what you express to the world. And that's where the whole imposter syndrome thing actually comes from. You're not faking it. It's that you're just not connected to the different parts of yourself. You don't properly understand that different aspects of you can be true at the same time. And you tell yourself all kinds of horrible things about being a fake or whatever it is. So what happens if you continue to practice success on the outside and ignore this disconnection between how you feel on the inside? It builds up over time. The more successful you become, the heavier the mask may feel. And eventually it starts to show up in uncomfortable ways, like emotional exhaustion. You feel lonely. Maybe you snap at the people that you love. You feel guilty all the time, and you feel guilty for not enjoying your success. Maybe you have physical symptoms. I see a lot of IBS, headaches, sleep problems in my practice. Maybe you feel constantly tired but wired. You can't relax. Successful but never settled. It's never good enough. You can never rest. And nobody sees that, because on the outside, you look fine. You look like you have it all together. But the thing is, peace doesn't come from pushing through pain, although you might have thought so. It comes from realignment yourself. So how do you heal? Step 1, understand your story. You cannot change what you haven't yet seen. So start by looking at your past with curiosity, not judgment, and ask yourself these kinds of questions. What did you have to do to cope as a child, or to feel safe as a child? Who did you take care of? What did you come to believe about yourself? What did you experience? What did you get through? The beliefs about yourself were formed by a child, and they are not true. But until you bring them into the light of your curiosity and question them, these beliefs shape how you show up in the world. So I had a client, let's call her Jennifer, who was always told as a little girl that she was too much, too loud, too emotional, too sensitive. And as an adult, she silenced herself, especially in meetings where she couldn't put herself forward, even though she knew that she had important things to contribute. And in therapy, we realized that she was afraid to be seen. And when she understood where that fear was coming from, it was a huge relief. That is insight, and that's where the healing begins. With Jennifer, we did BWRT to rewire those memories and change that behavior. And if you're interested in BWRT, I'm going to link to a video somewhere here about BWRT. Step 2, reframe your story. You are not just what happened to you. You are also who you became as a result of it. Yes, those painful moments shaped you and they hurt to remember, but they also built your resilience, your empathy, your values, your adaptability. If you were always the one who had to keep the peace as a child, maybe now you're the one who listens, the team anchor. The thing is, these experiences come at a cost, but they also can be a gift, especially if you see them in a different way. Reframing helps you to understand that. Step 3, rewire your self-talk, how you talk to yourself. Your inner critic is not really you. It's just a habit. You have to learn a new way to speak to yourself that's more kind, grounded, respectful. You need to talk to yourself the way you would to somebody that you love, to your best friend. It's not fake. It's training your brain to relate to yourself differently. I always say it's a bit like learning a new language. It does take time and practice, but the payoff is huge. Step 4, take off the game face, at least some of the time, and with trusted people. Because you know what, the real you is good enough, but you may not have been told that ever. So start small, practice, let someone in. Set a boundary. Say no for a change. Tell the truth about how you're feeling. You don't always have to perform to be loved, respected, and successful. You don't have to always prove your worth. You get to be a real, imperfect human being. You are not just your persona. Step 5, get help if you need it. The thing is, some wounds are really deep and patterns can be stubborn. If you've tried to shift this on your own and you're still struggling, it doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you're human. Therapy or coaching can help you to gently untangle the roots of your identity and build a new foundation based on truth. I always say it's a bit like a golden thread through the tangled threads of our life, and we can discover that together. You already have everything you need to be everything that you can ever be. Peace doesn't come from pushing through and pushing harder. Peace comes from feeling safe inside yourself, and that is absolutely possible. If any of this resonates with you, please take a moment to download the free workbook in the description to help you to reflect on your own story and take these insights a little bit deeper. And if you're ready to go further, you can also use the link below to connect with me or explore my high performance mindset community. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.